Today I'll just run through a scenario of a grounding case with you, how we handle the situation as a salvage company. The slides is actually a summarized version of an actual drill that we conducted with the Queensland Port on behalf of a ship owner. Okay, next. Okay. So the incident itself involved a Capesize bulk carrier that's been loaded with about 200,000 tons of cargo in Australia. And she loaded her cargo, she departed for for China for delivery. And on its way, she ran aground. When the vessel captain was unable to respond with its crew, they decided to activate the salvage company, which is TNT in this case. So immediately the company carried out a remote assessments based on what information that's provided by the vessel. Meanwhile, we also activated a local assessor to attend on board, as well as mobilizing personnel and equipment to site. Okay. This is just a brief summary of the timeline and activities that's been taking place. Okay, the incident itself, based on the initial assessment, the vessel has sustained bottom damage as a result of the grounding. The tide level is also dropping in the course of the next few days. And after carrying out the necessary assessment, we enter into a further discussions with the owners and the owners' representative on the options that's available to them. Of course, based on the different options, it comes with different amount of monies involved. The options of a straight pull without involving any lightering of cargo was considered. Due to the falling tide, we may have to discharge part of the cargo in order to regain the buoyancy to free the vessel. Eventually, the agreed method was to make the attempt without touching the cargo and pressurize the tank to regain buoyancy. We have the salvage team then commenced fabricating the necessary blanking systems for the blowdown to so-called pressurize the tank. Meanwhile, they also carry out depth soundings to gain escape route for the vessel to be refloated. And the operations was executed. Other data. Let me continue. Okay, so the actual execution. During the refloat attempt, high horsepower tugs was mobilized to site, hooked up, and the plan was executed as per what is presented to the authority. The other aspect of the salvage response is the engineering side. Usually during a response, the naval architect will create a model to simulate what is actually happened to the vessels involved in the incident. And based on that model, they will then work out a plan or a solution, what needs to be done to solve the problems. What you see on the screen is just a screenshot of what the model is able to to produce in terms of the mathematical data. Okay, the question is how much. Salvage companies are usually known as the voucher of the industry. I don't know whether that perception is still the case in these modern days or not. I don't believe that mindset is appropriate anymore with the improvement in communications. Well, this is actually something that my colleague wrote. The charges do not represent the turn of a single screw, rather the knowledge of which screw to turn or how it is turned. There's no clear answer as to how much it costs. I think the salvage contracting aspect itself is another complex topic for another forum. It depends on what situation you are in and what type of contract you want as an owner or insurance companies.